You're watching an exclusive high-definition broadcast of HDNet Fights.
HDNet Fights presents Dream 1.
In Japan, they've long taken pride in their knowledge and support of mixed martial arts. And just outside of Tokyo at the Saitama Super Arena, they have packed it in tonight, hoping for the next big thing as the dream comes true. Welcome, everyone, to HDNet Fights. Kenny Rice and Frank Trigg, glad that you could be with us. A tournament action tonight, as well as some individual fights that we'll see. And Frank, they were looking for that void, and maybe Dream is the one that will fill it now for the hungry MMA Japanese fan.
You know, everybody that loves Japanese fighting, you're going to get to see it again tonight. The same game, the same way. There's a couple real changes, which we'll get into later. But, man, this is a huge deal. And once again, you know, Japanese mixed martial arts back on the map.
And as you listen on, part of the ceremony here, getting ready for the introduction of our first fight. And our first fight will feature heavyweights, not in the tournament, but a really intriguing matchup. And as is the custom here in Japan, every fighter on the card will be introduced.
I've never seen an opening like you see in Japan. Absolutely amazing. Firework display. Entire production value put in just to get the fighters warmed up.
of course, much anticipation later on about the Aoki Cavalcante fight that will be closing out our fight card tonight. As you look at Pro Cop, a legend already here in Japan. Now let's take a look at the rules for this dream, Frank.
Well, everyone is used to seeing all the competition in Japan. You kind of got used to it a little bit. Still got the 10-minute first round. Still have a 5-minute second round, so that's normal. Here's the difference, though, that we're not used to seeing when we watch Japanese tournaments or Japanese fights. No kicks to the head of a downed opponent, which means no more stopping, kicking, stagger kicks to the head, but you can go to the body. And we're actually getting, it's actually a little bit safer for the opponents. And also, of course, no elbows anywhere to the body anytime, anywhere to the head at any time. So it's actually safer for the competitors.
So a slight change there as we get ready for our first fight of the evening.
And now for the first match. 青コーナーより一貫ボの選手の入場です。
Our first fight will feature heavyweights, not in the tournament competition, but rarely will you see the kind of difference we're going to see in the records of these two guys. I've never seen it. Perhaps you have, Frank. Lee Kwon Boom is coming out, a baseball player making his pro debut. And he's going to make it against a guy coming in with 74 fights.
Yeah, but his opponent's not that good, maybe? No, that's not true at all. I'm reaching here. Once again, it's the way the Japanese, they really enjoy the spectacle. Obviously being a big baseball society. And then Lee Kwon is actually a former pitcher from South Korea, and he's actually pretty decent. Why he wants to get punched in the head for a living, I have no idea. I mean, you're obviously better off throwing a ball at somebody's head than having someone throw a fist at yours. But he made a choice to come out here. He's going to have his pro debut. He's been spending a lot of time in kickboxing and wrestling. Don't know how good it will do against Ikuhisa Minowa, who his opponent is, just because with 74 wins, or 74 matches, whether he's 500 or less than, even if he lost all but 10 of them against a guy like that, and then you come in to have a pro debut against him, it's going to be a little bit tough for him to pull this one off.
And for Boom, a 6'2", 286-pounder. He was a big target up there when he was throwing. This would be a lot like Brandon Webb on the mound throwing against a high school player, if you will, because Minowa, who is going to make his way to the ring in just a few moments, he has fought a who's who in his long career.
Well, Ken, if you can remember a lot of the baseball pitchers, you remember their height and their weight. Brad Penny over the Dodgers is 6'7", 250, 255. Ryan Dempster from the Cubs, he's 6'6", 250, so he's a little bit shorter, a little bit bigger than most of the pitchers.
David Wells, remember David Wells?
Yeah,
he's a big, but you know what? I'll bet none of those guys would have gone into the ring with you, so I have to give a lot of props already to Boom for being in there.
Absolutely. I don't know if he's smarter than the rest of them or just a little bit more silly.
Imagine, if you will, the rookie fighter standing for what must seem like about an hour and a half right now in his mind clock with this packed house here and waiting to take on certainly a very well-known and successful fighter.
Well, a buddy of mine, Reed Johnson over at the Cubs, senator for the Cubs, telling me, if you could fight 164 times a year, you'd be pretty relaxed too. I go, yeah, if I could get punched in the head on 64 times a year, I probably would have retired 10 years ago. And you get pretty calm, you get pretty, accustomed to the amount of times when you play baseball. There's a lot more games. I don't care who you are. When you come out first, and you're sitting there against that ring post, and you're waiting for that guy to walk down, especially a guy like Ikuhisa, Minowa. It's a long time. An hour and a half is just turning into 3 hours. And as every orifice in your body tightens up, it tends to close off a little bit.
Ikuhisa Minowa man that he goes by these days, Frank. 32-year-old that is, well, he's been in there with just about everybody from Krokop to Silva to Jackson, Baroni. Fought them all, won against Phil Baroni, lost against the other three. You see his 38 victories. This is his 74th pro fight.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, Ikuhisa the Punk Minowa. He does have a nickname change. Now doing a little more pro wrestling. When you take a look at the tail of tape.
Well, you see there, this is one, I guess this would be the handicap here, that Boom obviously has considerable size coming into this fight, for whatever that could be worth.
A slight sameness, we used to see in Japanese matches. 10 kilo or more difference, a kilo is 2.2 pounds. There will be no kicking or kneeing of a downed opponent. And that is because of fighter safety. They don't have that big 286 pounds. He outweighs Minowa by 90 pounds. You got to be a little bit more careful.
188センチ、131キロ。赤コーナー175センチ、89キロ。ミノワFree fight. Check up. Corner.
You heard there, simply introduced now as Minowa Man.
Change his name from the Punk, move it to Minowa Man. Fighting tonight as a true pro wrestler. Moving, he says, an advancement. Wow. Wasn't expecting that.
I don't think anyone was, and you wonder how much of that was just maybe to get his own heart racing. I don't know. What was the purpose of that move then?
It looked like
he didn't come close as he tries again.
What is he? A little confused with what he's doing. Maybe a rainbow kick, trying to come in and throw a kick as he rolls over, and he realizes he's too far out, so he's not throwing his legs up. But other than that, almost like an old days of Superfoot Bill Wallace.
Yeah.
Would flip over and catch you in the collarbone on the way down and shatter your body at the end of the fight. But Minowa's not really in that power position.
Minowa with the roll, but not the kick. They exchange the first punches. He goes in for a takedown and slams the big man, and Boom is down on the ground.
Boom had some, was standing in the pocket, trying to stay in there a little bit. Tried to throw some punches. Minowa did a good job, of course, with the experience level. Got underneath him.
Well, with Boom, whose background, as we talked about, basically is a baseball pitcher, but he has trained in kickboxing and wrestling. We'll see how well he's trained in wrestling right here early.
It's very nice of Minowa not to punch him in the head. He actually is attacking the knee bar now. Who's going to get this knee bar?
And I think he's about ready to wrap this one up. Yeah, he did. That's quickly. Minowa Man makes an easy night of it. And short work of Lee Kwon Boom making a very brief debut here.
Well, you don't really expect this fight to go any other way. But we're talking about a guy with, I don't care how good you are. If you're fighting a guy who's a pro debut, you walk in and all of a sudden you find a guy that's got 64 pro matches, man, it's going to be tough. It's going to be really hard to kind of catch up with him in that kind of thing.
125 into this, and Minowa wraps it up, and here's how he does it, Frank.
Steps into a nice double leg, head kind of on the wrong side, but he knew that once he got that 286 pounds moving backwards, it would be easy to get it. And then you can see him here, just grab a topside angle, pinch his legs across, moving across to his knee bar. Good position, hyperextend the knee for the tap out. You see another look at it here as he grabs the heel, extends it back, sets it in nice and deep, has his feet crossed properly. If you notice how Boom has his feet crossed, Boom has his feet crossed, but he didn't have it crossed the correct way. So as a result, it was very easy for him to pick it up, and that's just a lack of experience.
And Minowa Man plays to the crowd. Gets a knee bar, then he leads some cheers.
Well, remember, he's a traditional pro wrestler in Japan. He's just as much a showman as he is a fighter. As you can tell by his record, you know, it's not the best outstanding record. He's 39-27-8 now with this win tonight. Went from 38 wins to 39 wins. But he definitely is a great showmanship, knows how to sell a fight before and after, which is what he's doing now. See him again, nice tight position, sitting down on it, keeps his pelvis below the knee, so there's no way for the knee to slide out of there. And, you know, Bum really wasn't in a position to even look to get out. You know, I think he spent more energy pumping up the crowd after the fight than he did ever during the fight.
This is definitely his workout right here, the post-fight celebration. So, Minowa, as expected, with the win here in the first round. Now let's take a closer look at this Dream Tournament, and here's our own Ron Kruk.
Thanks, Kenny. The Dream promotion was created by the K1 Heroes organization and former execs from the Pride Fighting Championship. This being their debut event, the promotion has exploded onto the MMA scene with this stacked Grand Prix lightweight tournament. This is a single elimination tournament with the winners moving on and the losers going home. Here's a look at the opening round bracket and the matchups.
Ranked in the Inside MMA Top 10, Joachim Hansen from Norway takes on Japan's own Crazy Bee, Koutetsu Boku. Expect a battle on the map when Brazilian submission expert Luiz Firmino faces off against wrestler Kazuyuki Miyata. 29-year-old Russian Artur Umakanov collides with Olympic silver medalist in Greco-Roman wrestling Katsuhiko Nagata. Coming off a loss to Shinya Aoki on New Year's Eve, Bu Kyung-jung tries to rebound against Mitsuhiro Ishida, winner of 9 of his last Made. Coulthard Gill, aka Black Mamba, will have to be at his best if he's to get by fan favorite Tatsuya Kawajiri and his knockout power. And finally, in the most anticipated fight of the tournament, 14-2 Shinya Aoki meets 14-1-1 JCS Calvin Conte. The two were supposed to fight back in December, but an injury forced Calvin Conte off the card.
The winners will move on to the next round of the Grand Prix, where a random drawing will determine their next opponent. Barring any injuries, this will be the process until a lightweight champion is crowned. Kenny, Frank, these are some of the world's top lightweights, and this is going to be a crazy tournament. Back to you.
Thanks, Ron. We get ready for the tournament coming up soon, but right now we have welterweights getting ready to make it to the ring. Sakurai and Monma.
Yes, I know, ladies and gentlemen. Sakurai's back at welterweight for a short period of time. Want to give his body a little time to heal, so he went up in weight class.
From Japan, Hidetaka,
Hidetaka Mama, 6 foot, 166 pounds for this fight. 14 victories, 8 of those by way of submission. And he has fought some good fighters in losing efforts, including Jay-Z. Calvin Canty is one of the losses that he has, as well as losing to Hasegawa. So he has gone in against some tough fighters.
Yeah, Hidetaka Hasegawa is probably one of the best submission guys that I've seen. That was a really good back and forth battle between the two of them. And you know, Hasegawa came out on top. You know, Monma and the American crowd, not very many people know who he is. He's a little bit of an enigma because the lightweight guys we only see over in Japan, we get to see in America. You can see a lot of action on the ground. Even though he is fighting Sakurai, who's just as good on the ground, it's still going to be a test because Sakurai went back up in weight. He's used to being so much stronger. And I really, honestly, at this weight, I think Monma can match him strength, power for power. Wow, Akiyama.
Akiyama there cheering him on, giving him a hug there for support.
I love to fight that guy. Akiyama's one of those guys that'll throw. He throws for the fences every time. Even in a losing effort, he makes you look great because he just will not stop coming.
I wonder if he's slipping a little advice there to Monma, telling him how to do this.
Oh, you think so? I mean, the corner is very important. I have, I always have Ron Fraser, Randy Couture, and my main training partner always in my corner because they know you the best and they see stuff you can't see. A corner guy is very important. Akiyama might be telling him, a couple last-minute things. And, a little adjustment like that makes a difference.
And you'd wonder, too, about Monma, who is known for his submission work. Will we see maybe a little more tonight of the striking as Sakurai gets ready to be introduced?
Ronnie Hart still making the calls. You can hear in the background. Calling Maha's name. One of the best feelings I ever had is when she was calling my name when I went to go fight Pride. Wow, it's a great feeling having her call your nickname out.
And here is Mach Sakurai. And we understand the first character is about speed, and therefore the nickname. You see that sterling record, and they have a common opponent here as well. In Hasegawa, who was defeated in this same arena by Sakurai, Frank. We saw that on New Year's Eve, the Fedor Return show. And, of course, Hasegawa has also fought and defeated Monma.
Yep. Remember, too, that Maha Sakurai was my first loss. And his first loss was Anderson Silva. So it was an interesting turn of events, and we all kind of ended up in the same weight class for a while.
And you look at Monma, who has that slight height advantage. Well, quite a bit, actually, of a height and reach advantage, but will he even use it tonight?
He tends not to strike so much. When against a guy like Sakurai, whose kicks are so good, you've got no choice but to use your stand-up game because he's going to force you into it. Maybe just stand there and take the punishment if they kill you.
Sakurai has won 8 out of 9. He brings a 4-fight win streak into this ring tonight.
Here in the background, all the ladies in the crowd all love them some Maha Sakurai. Oh, that's all you hear the whole time he'll be fighting. You'll hear him yelling his nickname in the background.
And as if on cue, there they are.
I paid her to pay attention. Make me look good.
Sakurai, 9 wins by knockout, 10 by submission. He can go the distance and win. 13 times he has won by decision.
Tends to leave with a nice slap kick right to the guy's leg or rib. Tends to. Let's see if he changes styles up at all, Maha Sakurai. Monma just trying to stay up in front, stand with him for a second at least.
See Monma very aware as he looks down at Sakurai, aware of the kicking power.
There it is.
Takes you hear it echo around.
Yeah, and he has great aim too. He tends to kick you right above the knee on the outside about 17 times in a row. What happens is eventually that lead leg, you can't use it any longer. Makes it hard to post, step. You start to slow down. As the fight goes longer, you have less mobility, which is how he takes his advantage.
Monma flips a little kick out. Sakurai appears a bit amused by it.
Oh, so there's not much sting power on it. Came out quick, but I don't think it had much power inside of it.
And nice combination by Sakurai.
Good punching right after the kick. Didn't block it, didn't wait for it, immediately threw after. Sakurai spends a lot of time in Seattle training with Matt Hume. And as a result, tends to throw, once he gets started, which takes a little bit, he tends to do a lot of combinations. Punching, taking a guy down, passing his guard, all in one fluid motion. I'm still worried about the weight, though.
Sakurai has Monma in the corner and delivers a nice knee and gets the takedown, and Sakurai totally dominating this fight.
Immediately looking for the guard pass. As I said earlier, I'm worried about the weight because he's come up. He's been spending so much time at lightweight, at, basically 150, 163, 155. They're up at 167 now, 170. It's going to be, he doesn't have as much power as he used to against these guys because they're bigger individuals. He used to be one of the taller guys, not a lightweight. Now he's the shortest guy, at least for tonight. So, his game is such a strong, powerful style. I'm hoping that Monma doesn't wear him down and tire him out.
Monma with a 5-inch height advantage that he has not used at all. Is not known, as we mentioned, for his striking. We'll see if he tries to change that at all. Sakurai has scored repeatedly with punches and kicks. And there's another kick, like you mentioned, to that lead leg.
Good decision for Sakurai to let him get back up to the feet, push his way out of the guard. Oh, wow, he knocked him down to leg kicks. Wow.
There's the power of Sakurai, so stand back up.
Well, I'm not worried about his power anymore. I don't think you guys can see it at home, but his legs are already starting to turn red on the outside. It's just been a couple minutes into this first round. Like we said earlier, it's a 10-minute first round. It's a long time to have to stay in there without getting that break.
And the first 3 minutes totally controlled by Sakurai. Even when Sakurai feints like he's going in, you can see Monma backing up.
He did a good job of hitting him early. Letting him know, I'm going to control the stand-up game, even though he did eat a jab there.
The best punch we have seen, and one of the few punches we've actually seen from Monma.
Wow. Nice stiff right hand by Monma. His stand-up game has gotten a lot better than we've seen in the past. He obviously spent some time with Akiyama. He's starting to throw. He's a little more confidence.
Oh, Sakurai has him back down. Sakurai back quickly. Moving in, putting the hammers down now. Is it going to withstand this? Sakurai trying to wrap it up here almost halfway into the first round.
Wow, he's not even moving. He's just sitting there taking the punishment.
No, that's it. Yeah. Sakurai wins.
Jeez, I was wondering what happened. He hit him right behind the ear in that first hook when he stepped in and fell to the ground. He just turtled up. Now, the ref gave him a chance to defend himself, gave him a chance to move, but there was no fighter response. They've got to stop it. Good referee stoppage.
A dominating performance by Hayato Sakurai to pick up his 32nd victory. And he has now won, as you see there, 9 of his last 10 and 5 in a row.
A little cut into his right eye, so obviously he got popped at some point during this fight. Maybe that early overhand right caught him.
Monma had landed about 2 good punches, but as we take a look at this, Sakurai was landing all the good strikes in this.
That's the one that put him down. He caught him right behind the ear. He almost hit him with his forearm, and that's what knocked him down. He threw that punch, with so much power. As it came around, the fist missed because Monma stepped inside, but Sakurai threw the punch, hit him in the side of the head, still knocked him down. You see there, he got the finish.
Sakurai will add that to his well-stocked cabinet, I'm sure, of awards and trophies that he has won throughout his career. Hans, what did he say? Our interpreter helping us out tonight.
He basically just said that Monma is a good competitor. He said thank you for coming out to the fight, and he said that the crowd being very energetic gives him energy as well.
Hans, our international interpreter from Phoenix, spent some time in Japan, now lives in Denver, and explained to us earlier actually that the first character of Maha's name, of Hayato, is actually Speed, which is how he gets the nickname Maha. And I know a lot of you at home are wondering, why does he always get a trophy, Maha Sakurai? And that's one of the things in Japan they always do, is they always make sure you have something to go home with.
Sakurai picks up his 10th win by way of knockout, the 32nd in his career. As we get ready now to start the lightweight tournament coming up here at Dream. And already we've had 2 quick first-round victories posted in this one. Coming up next here on HDNet, the tournament begins.
Next on HDNet, Katie Darrell walks you through this week's wackiest news events in Deadline. Coming up next on HDNet.
The top fighters from around the globe
Here we go.
will gather in Japan. And the greatest lightweight will be found.
Whoa! The countdown is underway.
Kawajiri, Aoki, Calvin Conte, Ishida on the network with more exclusive live events than anywhere else. HDNet Fights presents Dream. Tomorrow at 10:30 Eastern, followed by Dream 2 Saturday on HDNet, your home for MMA.
Welcome back to HDNet Fights presents Dream 1.
Welcome back, Kenny Rice, Frank Trigg. Glad that you could be with us on HDNet Fights for the premiere of the Dream Tournament. And let the dream begin now as we get ready for this lightweight tournament. And what an intriguing matchup to get us started.
And now for the third match. 赤のより僕鋼鉄選手の入場です。
Koutetsu Boku, 5'9", 154-pounder, the 30-year-old that has won 13, 4-1. His ring record, 9 of those wins by way of decision.
Definitely likes to go the distance when he can. Trains with Kid Yamamoto. Probably one of the best ultra lightweight guys, 145-pounder in the world. Probably pound for pound, top 10, if not top 5 guy. He's one of his training partners.
Among his opponents, Makanov, who we will see later on tonight, and Ishida, he has lost to both of them, does have a victory over Alexander Nogueira and Hermes Franca. And he is nicknamed the Crazy Bee.
Same group as Yamamoto's Killer Bees. They just had a name change. A little less aggressive. What he wanted to go with. They still Yamamoto, one of the best trainers out there, as well as being one of the best lightweights.
赤コーナーよりヨアキム・ハンセン選手の入場です。
His opponent from Oslo, Norway, very much at home here in Tokyo. Hellboy, Joachim Hansen, who has a following here as well, Frank. He has won 2 of his last 3, and as we said, certainly no stranger to fighting here in Japan. As you can pretty much tell by looking at those that he has defeated, including Jay-Z and Gomi. Not many men have those 2 guys notched on their belt.
You know, he's a very slow starter. His fights tend to get into second, sometimes third rounds because he is in such great shape. Likes to take his time, pick his spots.
And the tail of the tape, fairly well even there. Slight height and reach advantage for Hansen.
Very equal though, in all sense. Even on paper, stylistically wise, these guys are very evenly matched. Good tough fight for Joachim Hansen. Obviously, watching him fight so much, and knowing both competitors, I picked the team to pull this one off just because of his style. But he also has, in the past, especially when it came to fighting Aoki, he gets submitted very, very quickly. He's not patient.
175cm、70kg、ボクコーテツ。赤方 175cm、70kg、ヨアキム・ハンセン。
There, the Crazy Bee corner. Boku has won 9 by decision. Hansen has won 7 by decision. We don't expect cardio to be much of a factor, I would guess, with these 2 guys that certainly have proven they can go the distance and win.
And are comfortable late in the rounds. They don't panic, don't swell off. They definitely take their time, both guys.
Oh, a good punch by Hansen.
Covering the chest, good spot.
He got him with the left and stunned Boku early. That was an impressive punch.
I was not expecting that from Hansen so early. He tends to pepper and combo early in his fights. He doesn't start throwing his haymakers and his finishing punches till later. He came off very, very quickly with the right hand.
Boku now able to at least regroup. I wonder if Hansen surprised himself a little bit. He didn't dive right in and try to follow up with that.
Yeah, well, it's a little. I'm sure he surprised himself in the sense that it's a little bit early for him to be falling down so quickly. Oh, Boku doing a good job of stepping in and trying to get he's got a nice butterfly guard, working, attacking the arms. Butterfly guard not very smart for MMA though, because it lets the guy in too close. He's able to punch you, able to hit you. Want to try and stay away from that.
Hansen slams him down.
Kid is so powerful.
Boku right up, and then Hansen takes him right back down. And Joachim Hansen looking good here. We've fought less than 2 minutes into this one.
This guy's back, wow, good job. Joachim said he's been working on his ground game a lot more, really trying to work on his jiu-jitsu. I'm surprised he's attacked us so early. He tends to wear guys down before he starts going to a submission game because he's so much more comfortable on his feet, but he's already stepping in. Got one hook in, at least partially in. Trying to reach the other leg in.
Boku here. Turning up, trying to hold on to that right arm of Hansen. This is the type of fight we expected.
Not a huge not a very, very extremely high pace, but definitely going to be active. He's trying to get that body triangle. If you get that, see right now, good job of Doku. He caught that foot, so Hansen can't get that foot on the outside, so you can't tighten up the body triangle. He's got it in, but he can't really do anything. Actually, there's a submission from here. If Boku wants to try to finish it, he just needs to extend his right leg, and he can actually catch Hansen's left foot because it's caught on the inside and break his ankle. If he wants to try and work the submission, but it's difficult to hit and expose yourself a little bit if you miss.
Hansen, meanwhile, again, getting a couple of strong punches in.
There you go. Switch sides. Now he's got it in. He can tighten him up. He can pretty much ride a whole period, just like this, a whole 10 minutes, just like this. Be very active, and there's not much that guy can do to you. Unless you...
Hansen trying to slide in that rear naked choke. Basically, he's being active and keeping Boku totally on the defense right now.
Yeah, there's nothing Boku can really do. He can't. Oh, he's going for the armbar. Jeez, he's got it. He's got the right position. He can break his hands, extend his arm out there. He can finish this fight right now.
Can he pull this off?
See how his head's coming up? You see how his right leg's letting his head up? You can't let that head off the ground. Triangle.
And now maybe it'll be Hansen with the triangle. He's tried a little bit of everything. And now Boku is up.
Oh, that's a smart move by Boku's part, letting him up. Good look at Kiyomoto. Should have kept him down on the ground. Boku's much better on the ground than Hansen is.
Some jabbing now and some body shots and some good punches being thrown here by the man basically known for his ground game.
Hansen taking those punches, taunting him a little bit, forcing him to miss a right, comes right back with a strike. Hansen's such a strong head and neck. Very good chin.
Boku.
Tends to stand in front a little bit too much, though.
Boku flashing that jab a couple of times. Now comes in with the right. He looks like he's been working on his boxing a little bit, but there's another left.
You see the discipline difference between these two guys. Boku's moving, but as he moves, his hands are moving. He's dropping down, he's leaving himself open. He's taking a lot more punishment. Hansen, once he's inside, his hands are up, covering his face.
And the left-hander Hansen, he's able to get that punch in almost any time he wants, it appears. Boku low kick trying to throw him off balance. Scoring combination from Boku and another left go by Hansen.
That's the kind of fight Hansen wants. Hansen wants you to stand in front and throw. He's hard to knock down. He's so strong. His pressure. He keeps backing him up. Boku's having to back him into the corner. He chases him all the way into that corner.
Hansen has won 6 times by way of knockout. He is familiar certainly with the stand-up game more so than Boku. And now they'll just go right back down. Second takedown now here for Hansen.
Hansen obviously respecting the stand-up. Went inside and actually just procured the buy lock, put him down on the ground.
Behind again, mate. Look to pass. Look to pass. Good. Good.
Going into mount, trying to get there.
He said look to pass. He ends up in the mount. Trying to at least.
Looks like he is now there. Briefly was there. And mount, now he'll stand back up, and so too Boku.
Boku a lot better than I've seen him in the past in stand-up.
And once
his ability to fight.
Yeah. Hansen takes him down for the 3rd time. He's knocked him down once and taken him down 3 times here in this first round.
I'm really impressed with Boku's style, although he is getting caught back in his body triangle again. Kenny, this position takes so much energy out of you. You got a guy wrapped around your ribs. Once he locks it up, gets it all the way almost to figure 4 position. You know, we used to see, in pro wrestling days, guys squeezing down tight and hard. And you get stuck, and then you really can't move your hips. You can't turn out of it, can't face them. Guys behind you just beating you up.
8 minutes now into this first round. $19,120 watching on.
Oh, excuse me. Something like so much more. I said earlier that it was opened up to the mid-range, about 37,000. It's not. It's actually on the second to smaller spot. But it's so full in here. It's hard to count.
And they're very quiet right now, Frank, as you know, have become accustomed to, certainly from your many times over here.
I forget sometimes that we're broadcasting. For those of you who aren't familiar with the broadcast booth, we have a microphone in front of us and headphones on our head, and I feel like I'm screaming, even though I'm talking in a normal tone, because it is so quiet in this huge arena.
When something happens, the fans are right on top of it, but they, like us, and like you at home, basically watching to see what's going to happen in these final 55 seconds of a solid first round by Hansen, but Boku showing some moments here in this first round, particularly throwing some strikes combinations. But Hansen getting the takedown and getting some big punches in. He'll shoot in one more time and once again get a takedown.
Well, he's really changed his style. He tends to bang guy out a little bit more. He really hasn't. I don't know if Boku stung him earlier with some of his punches, and he's just comfortable with it, or what's going on. But he's going to the takedown a lot more than he has in the past, Hansen is.
And it seemed like Hansen could get the takedown anytime he wants.
So he's got very good timing. He waits for a guy to be thrown at him once his feet are planted to throw a good punch. You have to rotate your hips and plant your feet, and it exposes you to being able to be taken down.
Round one coming to an end. A strong round for Joachim Hansen. Koutetsu Boku going back to his corner. You wonder what they'll tell him at this stage after that first 10 minutes.
That depends. You know, little adjustments, little pressure. You know, watch out which way you're going. Pressure more to the right as opposed to the left. Your corner can see a lot of stuff that you can't see because you have to focus on getting hit and not getting hit.
Here's Hansen early in this fight.
Oh, hit him right on the chin. I thought he hit him in the chest.
He nailed him with that left.
Wow, good job. Big pickup here coming through for this takedown. And as you notice, he passes the guard on the way down. Takedown pass. That's the key to MMA. Taking the guy down and passing his guard right away. Nice straight left hand in there again. Boku did a better job of missing the second one, not getting hit in the face. His Hansen threw a nice three-punch combo.
Boku looks none the worse for wear after taking several of those lefts in that first round. It seemed like every time Hansen wanted to throw it, he was able to.
Both guys breathing a little heavy. Of course, it's the end of 10 minutes. So in America, we're used to seeing 2 rounds already being done, and it's only 1 round has been finished. 5 minutes coming up now.
And it was a very active 10 minutes. Very few times do we have any kind of stalemate in that first round.
Now, I'm very impressed. You know, obviously, Boku training with Kid Yamamoto has spent a lot more time working on his energy and working on his constant pressure. Although I would like to see his hands up a little bit more, especially if been knocked down once already.
So we go here in the second round, and Boku already trying to move away and keep an eye out for that left. We're talking about the striking ability, the punching ability of Hansen, who also got a good kick in there.
Most left-handers, me of course being a left-handed fighter, we tend to be counter-punchers. We wait for that guy to punch us first, we get out of the way, and we come back right away with it. Hansen's doing that now, but using his legs as well for kicks as he's getting out of the way of the punches. Nice knee, wow. I don't know if you guys can hear that at home, but you actually hear Boku exhale as he got hit in the ribs.
Boku trying to work the body again. Had some success back in the first round.
Now every time he misses, he gets tied up. He's getting beat a lot more on the inside. Hansen's doing a lot more work on the inside now with his ribs.
Hansen controlling the pace in that first round. And here in the second round, again, Boku trying to find an effective offense against Hansen.
Now Hansen's getting a little slop with his punching. He's going to open up a little bit. That flying knee caught Hansen a little bit. No, it stung him so much. It definitely caught him.
Made him flinch for sure.
Now you can see the punch count. If we're doing this with a punch count for boxing, obviously Boku's great takedown, good foot sweep. Boku's a lot higher repetition. He's throwing a lot more punches, forcing Hansen to have to always look for that one big haymaker. But as he missed, a bunch of punches, Hansen got on the inside and was able to sweep him down, put him on the ground.
Hansen dominating the takedowns here in this fight. And Boku would have to be thinking, I would guess, at least thinking at this time, Frank, I'm going to pick some points up here pretty soon. 2:24 to go. I got to figure out a way to score. He's dominating me in takedowns. He certainly is beating me in power punches.
Well, that's what the corner's supposed to tell you in the middle. Hey, look, we're already, we're already behind the scores, but they do score the entire fight as opposed to a round-by-round basis because there is different timing frames. One round being 10 minutes, one round being 5 minutes. They're going to score the whole thing, but with only 2:24 left in a total 15 minutes, you got to pick it up. You got to start doing something. Desperation is setting in. It should be at this point.
Hansen avoids any up kick, gets in close again.
Got to the half guard for a second. Good guard pass, but didn't slide his hips all the way in. They're so close, I can't tell who's grunting. Hansen in the punching or Boku in taking the punching.
Here at Hansen corner, body, head, and that's exactly what he's doing now. Both fighters back on their feet with 1:08 to go. And the combination, Hansen taunts him. Boku got a combination in, and Hansen floors him again with the left. If there's any doubt, Hansen is going to eliminate that. He has dominated this fight and delivers another huge punch here.
Wow, that was great. Another straight left right down the center, cut him right in the chin. You don't want to get a taunting war with Hansen. You want to get him, mad at you enough where he's going to be stepping forward and trying to push the pace of the fight. You want to keep moving outside. Boku used back straight up and stopped planting his feet. Hansen threw a straight left and caught him right when he planted his feet. Got to circle out either left or right. Get away from his punching power.
Boku, perhaps you can hear him. He's taking in a lot of air right now. And oxygen getting precious in these last 14 seconds. He has taken some big punches tonight, courtesy of Hellboy Hansen. And one more for good measure. Another left from Joachim Hansen as this comes to a close.
Wow, he snapped his head around. Geez, that was a great left hook. Almost a 6 if you're doing your punch combinations. You 1's your jab, your 2's your cross. That 6 is that power side hook. And he threw it tight. Nice thumb up, rotate his hips on. I'm surprised that Boku didn't fall down.
Boku can certainly take a punch. We've seen him knock down twice with punches, once in the first round, here in the second round.
Straight punch right in the chin. Oh, hits him right in the nose, mouth. Puts him down as he was swinging. Another good look at it.
And that's pretty much close to perfect. Bullseye. A very impressive performance tonight for Joachim Hansen. The judges are making their decision. Remember, Boku has won 9 by decision. Hansen has won 7 by decision.
He makes yours at home. I pick Hansen.
Judge Miyake.
I'll make it unanimous.
Judge Kobayashi. Hansen, Judge Joachim, Hansen, Yute Shusha, Joachim!
And all three judges agree with us, Kenny. Don't tell me.
And Hansen the way he fought near the end of the fight, as if anyone were still doubting. He got a knockout, and he had a great punch near the final ticks of that second round just for reinforcement.
Yeah, that's the thing is that John Lewis, my jiu-jitsu instructor, tells me you have to fight every round like it's a simple fight. So the first round was 10 minutes. If you really want that 10-minute round, you can come back in and fight the second round as another simple fight. You back at 0, try to win the second round again. Hansen did everything he had to. He had enough takedowns in both rounds. One on the striking and the power punching, even though the amount of punches he threw was a little bit behind. But Hansen definitely learned on all the scorecards he's winning on takedown aggression, submission attempts, guard passing, that he was winning the entire fight.
And Joachim Hansen now has won 3 of his last 4, his 17th victory overall, his 8th by way of decision, and just as important, with this victory, he can look ahead and continue to wave to the crowd because he advances on here in the Dream Lightweight Grand Prix tournament. With his unanimous decision over Boku, we will see Joachim Hansen continue to fight on here in Dream. As we get ready now to continue with our tournament here. Miyata against Firmino.
本日の第4試合、令和ドリーム1ライト級グランプリ2008開幕戦第2試合を行います。
And now for the fourth match.
青コーナーよりルイス・ブスカペ選手の優勝です。
Luiz Firmino, nicknamed the Rocket from Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, recently stopped a 2-fight losing streak, the first time that he had ever lost 2 in a row, and still a relatively young career here. He's only 25. He's had 14 fights, 11 victories.
Pretty good split. You know, he likes his decisions at 5, likes his TKOs at 1, but likes his subs at 5. So he's either going to sub you or he's going to go the distance. That's his game plan. Does a great job on the ground. Obviously has better than average jiu-jitsu skills, but has great cardio too. Surprisingly for a jiu-jitsu guy, most jiu-jitsu guys tend to lean back and wait a little bit, wait for that opening. He's very active and tends to have great cardio. This is actually going to be a really good fight between these two guys.
Firmino coming off a victory over Imanari back in October. That was one of his big fights about 4 years ago over Imanari. Coming in here off a victory after Asad lost those 2 in a row. And he's fought some good opponents. Kawajiri and Azaredo are 2 of the fighters who have defeated him. So he spread things out. He started at 21 as a pro. 4th year of fighting, kind of paced himself as he gets ready here for his 15th fight and hoping to move on in this tournament. We've already seen Joachim Hansen move on with the unanimous decision victory over Boku.
You see one of the best trainers, Bustamante in a green sweat jacket in his corner. Brazilian top team. There's been a brief mix-up of makeup down there, and now Brazilian top team's called something else. It's been all changed up. So.
Kazuyuki Miyata, 32-year-old, a 5-7 record. 4 of his wins have been by way of submission. He has a great wrestling pedigree. Trying to still get some of that all-around game coming into play for him. Wrestled for the very prestigious Japanese freestyle wrestling team. As you see the rest of the stats here, a win over Gill, who we'll see fight later. And among those who have defeated him, certainly no slouch there in losing to Hansen.
And Yamamoto. Now, of course, on paper, it looks like that Buscape would actually be the better of the 2 fighters. And Maeda's been more of a practice partner for the entire team, and he's just now starting to find his own rhythm. With the lightweight tournament, a lot of action, a lot of motion, a lot of movement. Traditionally, lightweights have great cardio, and we know that Maeda will, because of his wrestling background, he's going to come with great cardio, just typically a little behind.
青コーナー172センチ70キロ Luiz Buscape! 赤コーナー172センチ69.8キロ Miyata Kazuyuki!
See, look at the gloves. It looks like they're a little bit more padded than what you're used to seeing in America. My understanding is the American gloves are between 4 and 5 ounces, depending on the size. And the Japanese gloves are between 4.5 and 5.5. So they look a little bit more padded, but what they do is they take a lot out in the palm. There's not so much in the palm. And the padding is also spread out over the knuckles. It's spread down a little bit further than most people are used to. So they do look a little bit thicker, but it's they're really not. They're about within half an ounce, which really doesn't make that much difference when you get hit in the head with it.
Here they go. 10-minute round here to start with. A 5-minute round if it continues on. And quickly going to his strength, Miyata.
Bad spot for Miyata to try to take this takedown. He's got to get his hips in a little bit tighter. Get his elbows back.
You talked about him basically going through all this training, and now he's been the practice guy. I mean, now he's kind of getting his biggest moment to date, probably.
Yeah, he really is. Being entered this lightweight tournament. Oh, great head throw. Jeez.
Wow.
And he had to fight that one down. It wasn't easy. He ends up in a mount. Just a little bit more technique and experience. We're going to land that mount and get on top of. Geez, that was a really good head throw. I can't believe he pulled it off. But yeah, you end up being a practice partner because of your wrestling ability. You know, you bring a guy in, handed a guy that's a good wrestler. Some fighting wrestlers, you come in and you kind of get beat up, and you realize, hey, I kind of like this. Let me try and fight myself. And now he's getting his shot. He's got to really take advantage of this ability and this position that Dream put him in. You know, they kind of said, look, we trust you to be in this lightweight tournament. You know, now you got to try and win a couple matches because you're in here.
And we saw the wrestling ability there, but again, like you pointed out, not exactly enough experience just yet to go on and try to finish it off or at least make a stronger move after a terrific move.
Right, exactly. And that's the thing is that, you know, he scored the points. He's scoring points. Oh, wow. Nice punching power. He's starting to get a good little rhythm of ground and pound.
Certainly looks better than his record would indicate.
Obviously a lot more active too than Buscape. He's definitely, you know, pushing forward, keeping the pressure. You can always tell who's winning the pressure game. It's the guy whose butt is against the fence is losing. You know, in this case, you can see Buscape's body against the ropes. He's definitely not in a position to win. He's not going to be able to finish this takedown on him. He's just got too much balance.
He tries again. He's tripped up and taken down. Miyata with a great takedown there. This kid looks very impressive here.
Yeah, he's winning the fight so far. He's got all the takedowns. He's had better punching combinations. He's winning the aggressiveness. You know, he's right now winning on all the criteria. I'm very impressed because I knew he'd be able to take him down, but I didn't think he'd be able to get away and be in a good position for ground and pounding. Almost caught in a little mini triangle there. Good job getting his arm out.
Miyata has been the quicker fighter.